Welcome to the Metro Ford of OKC Game of the Week. Now, from the first ever Crosstown Clash at Norman North High School, here's Grayson Singleton and Connor Pasby.
And we welcome you to another edition of the Metro Ford of OKC pregame show here on KREFSports.tv, getting you set for an entire Friday night's worth of high school action. We're here at the Crosstown Clash at the brand new Norman North Stadium, and we're going to tell you more about the stadium in just a little bit and go beyond some of the parts that you may or may not have seen. It's Connor Pasby. I'm Grayson Singleton, and Connor, brand new stadium, but a rivalry as old as time in the city of Norman. What do you think so far for this Crosstown Clash?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome when these two go at it. I'm going to start with Norman High's side. A little bit of unknown at quarterback, but you look at everything else outside the quarterback position. Start at running back with Anthony Johnson. Rushed for over 700 yards. He's a big physical running back, 6'1", 210, so great frame to him. Guys like Crew Knowles, who does quite a bit of everything on offense and defense for the Tigers. They bring back 4 of the 5 offensive linemen up front. And you go to the defensive side for the Tigers, Attic Sanders, Noah Holzer. Those are 2 big playmakers for the Tigers, and they did a lot for that defense last year. So they bring back a big chunk from a year ago. And Norman North, Grayson, new signal caller for them, Nash Henry, young and a little bit inexperienced, but he's got a lot of talent. And he's got guys to throw to, too. I mean, Ben Kolar, Mason James, those are 2 big targets for Norman North. So I'm excited for this game. It feels like you got talent on both sides of the field.
There's certainly talent aplenty, and you'll hear from both Mason James and Ben Kolar in this pregame show as well. But let's go ahead, enough of us, let's go ahead and hear from the coaches. Rocky Martin for Norman High and Justin Jones for Norman North. Take it away.
Really, the way we practiced last year was the reason why we had such a good season. And I think with the guys we have coming back that have experience from last year, you see it in practice every single day. And that's the momentum that we took from last year going forward is the process and how they practice, how they show up and work in the offseason, the weight room, the conditioning. And so that's what we're excited about.
These young guys were hungry to come in and kind of get a reset, get a better return on their investment, invest more. And so really since January, right, we've been getting after it in the weight room. That kind of transitioned us into our spring football, then into 7-on-7 in what we do in the weight room. Year long has built a great foundation for us, right? And I think in the midst of all that, as we're trying to become better versions of football players, right, and bigger, faster, and stronger, we got to become better leaders. We got to become better men of character. And I think our guys have done a great job of really building some bonds together. And I'm really pleased with this team and where they're at.
So tonight, setting up to be a magnificent game in our KREFSports.tv Game of the Week. We will also preview all of our other games going on around the network as well, including the Canadian County Bedlam between UConn and Mustang. But like I said, we are here at a brand new stadium, and you saw in our pregame open that there is some construction still being finished as they're getting this stadium ready for tonight's game. And I'm going to take you around all of the stadium and point out some of the new and unique things, and you'll get to see the vantage point that myself and Andrew Himes will be calling the Crosstown Clash from.
Bad snap. Eshelman picks it up. Hit as he throws center of the field. It's a high throw. It's incomplete. And the clock shows triple zeros. Students out onto the field. Norman takes the Crosstown Clash 37-27 over Norman North.
This year's Crosstown Clash will look rather different. For over 2 decades, this game has been played at a neutral site, Harv Collins Field, which is stationed just outside of Norman High School. But this season, it will be a true home game for one and a true road game for the other. Situated on Norman North's campus behind tennis courts, Toll Lake Field, and the Norman North Softball Complex is a brand new stadium, one the Timberwolves can finally call their own.
It's just special. I think the environment will be electric. Like, it's supposed to be a sold-out game. And just picture in my mind, it'll be a lot of fun. Just playing at home and not having to drive anywhere, being able to go in your own locker room, see your own people, see all the stuff you're used to. And especially because we practice in that stadium every day. It's going to feel familiar but different. So I think that'll help us be comfortable during the game and execute our plays.
On Friday, Norman North's new stadium will be packed to capacity as the T-Wolves will do battle with the Norman Tigers, but that capacity has a different quirk to it. Now, one of the more unique parts about this stadium isn't these seats right here. No, every high school's got those. But if you can look what I'm doing here, I'm walking around a corner and look up. There are more stands in the corner and back of the end zone. Now, I talked to Athletic Director Dusty Porch here at Norman North, and he said that it was actually the idea of the architects who drew up the plans for the stadium to include these corner seats. They're not only just here, but they're also on the other end of the stadium as well. Senior wide receiver Mason James said it's going to be a surreal feeling when the players run out of the tunnels and see all of the people that are going to be here cheering for Norman North. But it won't just be the players. KREF Sports TV will bring the game to viewers live, and the vantage point of the broadcasters is equally as marvelous. So this is going to be the hallway leading into the press box where myself and Andrew Himes will call this year's Crosstown Clash. And if you come in here, here is our brand new home for the night. And if you look out the window, there's what we are going to be looking at when we call the game here on Friday night. So why not add a new wrinkle to this long and storied rivalry? Let's open a new building and a new home this Friday night. One of the players that will be playing in this brand new stadium is wide receiver Mason James, and Mason joins us now. So Mason, as you look around this new stadium that's going to be opening in your senior year, how's it feel being able to play in a stadium that you guys are going to call home?
It's really different, but I'll say it's a big blessing for everyone. It's going to be really great for the fans and especially for the team. We don't have to travel. I mean, we get to go back into our own locker room, which is pretty crazy because that's the first time we're going to be able to do that. And so it's going to be a great environment here, and I think the team's really hyped and excited for it.
What are you looking forward to the most this season?
Really just enjoying the time with the guys. It's my senior year, so really just a really good winning season. State championship is obviously the goal. But really just picking everybody up every single game and having a good game with my teammates, winning a lot of games, and that's really it. Yeah.
So you're committed to Washington, and what is the mindset of a guy who's going into his senior year already committed to a P4 program like you are?
I'll really just say one play at a time is going to be my goal this year, but also being a really big leader. Because, I mean, next year when I go to Washington, I'm going to be stepping into a new freshman role. I mean, I'm going to start at ground zero again. So, obviously, just playing a senior role, picking everybody up, leading the offense. I'm going to be one of the oldest guys on the offense. So, really just being there for all my teammates and taking it one play at a time. So,
what's this week of preparation been as we're into the last couple of days before you guys take on Norman High to open up the year?
I say we've picked up the energy a lot. It's been a different week. It's been a different mindset because especially losing last year, taking off 0-6 is something we talk about pretty regularly around here, so it's not something we want to do again. So we take our preparation really serious, and I feel like the guys have really bought into what Coach Jones has for us, and it's been a really great week of practice.
Last question for you. What's it going to be like walking out of that tunnel and then coming into this stadium for the first time ever?
It's going to be a different feeling. It's probably going to be a feeling that no one is ever going to forget. So if we win the game, we're going to put the picture right behind the stadium. It's going to stay there for the rest of our lives. So hopefully we win. I feel like our preparation is going to put us in the right place. So really just excited. It's going to be feelings that I can't really describe, you know what I'm saying? So
that's cool.
Gonna be good.
Mason James, wide receiver for Norman North. Thanks for joining me, man. Good luck this weekend.
Yes, sir.
All right. Coming up next, we will talk to one of his running mates, Ben Kolar, tight end for Norman North, as well as preview the rest of the games on the KREFSports.tv slate. The Metro Ford of OKC pregame show continues after this.
Metro Ford of OKC.
Hey, Oklahoma. Dusty Dvorak here at Metro Ford of OKC. When it comes to power, strength, and reliability on the line or on the road, these custom-built Fords don't flinch.
Who really loves you, Oklahoma? Drive home in a new 2025 F-150 for 5.9% APR for 84 months.
Built tough and loaded with torque. That's a win in any playbook.
With insurance premiums on the rise, business owners and homeowners are looking for relief. Insurica is one of America's largest insurance brokers, and Insurica is here to help. Insurica's exclusive process, RM4U, partners with businesses and homeowners to reduce the total cost of risk. The goal is to put more of your insurance dollars back into your pocket. Learn more about our process at Insurica.com. Insurica, specializing in you.
Spending life wisely means taking small steps towards a life of love and impact. And we're here to inspire and empower you along the way. Spend life wisely. First United Bank.
Welcome back to the Metro Ford of OKC pregame show here on KREFSports.tv. It's time to preview all of our games going on the network tonight. Let's start with the Canadian County Bedlam, the 52nd running of that rivalry between UConn and Mustang. UConn got a win over Putnam City last week. Mustang is breaking out its iteration of 2025, and let's start with the Florida State commit, four-star quarterback Jaden O'Neal.
Yeah, he's very talented. It's going to be a tough task for UConn. But you liked what you saw from the Millers last week. They jumped out to a big lead against Putnam City. Then Putnam City came back, made it interesting late, but we'll see what that UConn defense is made of. You got Jaden O'Neal and then Ryder Murphy on the other side at wide receiver. So there's some talent on that side of the ball for Mustang. We'll see what UConn can do tonight.
UConn wide receiver Daniel Yebbitt had 3 touchdown catches as well as 102 receiving yards in his first game as well. Made our KREF top 5 as well, but Daniel Yebbitt going to be a problem for that Mustang defense. He'll be going up against Gabriel Osborne, who is one of the more coveted Oklahoma players in the class of 2026, so you want to keep an eye on that matchup. Westmore lost to Moore to begin its season, but they take on Southmore in the Southwest Showdown.
That'll be fun to watch. Westmore got lost big to Moore to open up the season. They're looking to bounce back. Southmore did not play last week, so extra practice underneath their belt for the SaberCats. It's always fun to see those two teams go at it on the field.
And how about defensive back Chance Fannis, who transferred into Westmore from Kaufman High School in Texas, 2 interceptions in his Jaguar debut. Edmond Santa Fe looking to erase a pretty defeating loss to Jinx in week 1. They take on Edmond North, who comes back from Arkansas after losing to Farmington in week 1 as well.
Yeah, Edmond North had that trip up to Farmington. It was a high-scoring game for them. Cravens at quarterback for Edmond North. He can make some things happen with his legs and with his arm, and he did that against the Cardinals last week, but that defense is going to have to come away with some stops. And for Santa Fe, we talk about all the time what they have up front on the defensive line, and they can cause a problem with their front 7.
Edmond North won a shootout between these two, 41-35 last year, and also lost in week 0, 43-42. So expect a lot of points to be scored in that one. Edmond Memorial won against Dell City at home to open up the season. They take on 0-1 Deer Creek, who fell to Bishop McGuinness in week 0.
Yeah, Deer Creek lost a close one to Bishop McGuinness. Man, Edmond Memorial last week against Dell City, they made a statement early on in the season. Their defense, that's what stands out. They brought back a ton from last year, and they're tough, they're physical, and they take the ball away on that side of the ball too. That'll be a fun showdown.
3 interceptions and 2 blocked punts and a punt return touchdown led Edmond Memorial. That's how you get it done in all 3 phases of the game if you're the Bulldogs. Piedmont taking on El Reno in a battle of 1-0 teams.
Yeah, Piedmont, I mean, big win for them last week against Midwest City. Man, they sure made a statement. Their offense, we talk about it. I mean, that wing T triple option look, they can really tear teams apart with their running game, and that's what they did last week, and they're looking to do that again tonight.
We'll talk about him in more detail in just a couple of minutes, but Noxton Rollo with 4 touchdowns for Piedmont in the opening win. These two teams, by the way, have played each other every year since 2016. Piedmont leads the series 7-4. Bixby with a commanding win in a rematch of last year's 6A1 state championship as they pummel Owasso. They now take on Sand Springs, who's playing its first game of the season.
Man, Carson Kirby, Braden Presley, those two put on quite a performance last week against Owasso. Braden Presley with 2 touchdowns. Man, he's the real deal. He's got a lot of size. He's tough to get to the ground, and Kirby makes things happen with his legs. That's a tough offense to stop. The Spartans are.
Braden Presley, 5 catches for $125 and 2 scores. They'll go up against Sand Springs quarterback Easton Webb, who was a former baseball commit to Oklahoma State, but has since got offers to play quarterback from Georgia Tech and Iowa State. So keep that one in mind. That's going to be an excellent game. Speaking of excellent games, how about Broken Arrow 1-0 after a victory over Harper in Arkansas, 35-14, taking on Fayetteville.
A lot of offense for Broken Arrow, man. They got that going early on in the game. They did not look back. That was a blowout win for the Tigers, and man, they're looking to bounce back in a big way after the disappointing season they had last year. But they got talent. They came in from the high school transfer portal, and plenty of talent on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, speaking of the transfer portal, 4-star defensive back Samaj Stanford, he had 16 tackles in the opener, is one of the most coveted safeties in the entire 2027 class. Already holds offers from Oklahoma, Ohio State, Michigan, LSU, and others. But Fayetteville's quarterback is a 4-star himself, Hank Hendricks, who threw for nearly 500 yards and 4 touchdowns in their opening game win.
Could be a lot of points there.
Certainly will be.
Pump fake over the top. Got Kolar in the end zone. Touchdown, Norman North. Play action to Russell in the pass to Kolar. He's got all sorts of room to roam. From left to right. Look at end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Norman North. Kolar.
We're with Norman North tight end Ben Kolar. And Ben, you've had a taste now of this game the last 2 years, going to your junior year now. What's it like being in this game?
You know, I had a small taste of it last year, but I'm not satisfied. You know, we never got the win, and just really want to get the win this year. And got a little bit more involved this year, and just really want to win this game.
You got a tight end background in your family, both your brothers playing. What kind of advice have they given you so far in your high school career?
I mean, mainly my oldest brother, John, he tells me to always ground myself before games and just get your mind prepared mentally. And Charlie, he has given me similar advice, especially technique-wise, but help me with my blocking because that's a big area I wanted to improve on from last year, as well as just enjoying high school football because this is an experience.
How's this offense been? You got a new signal caller now in Nash Henry, and you got guys on the outside like Mason James, yourself at tight end. What's it been like for that offense in the summer and the offseason leading up to now?
No, I think we have one of the most explosive offenses in the state, like genuinely. Our receiving core is different. We have plenty of guys who can play, and we have depth too. So I think we will put up a lot of points this year and just score.
And a few more for you, Ben. Describe your game to the folks. I mean, you're a big physical tight end. You also find ways to get open on the field. So it's both blocking and receiving on your end, it feels like.
Yeah, I was definitely more of a receiving tight end last year and less involved in the box and just less run schemes. But this year, I'm put on a lot of weight, 20-plus pounds from last year, and gotten stronger, bigger, faster, and I think I'll be involved in a more holistic part of the field.
And you guys lost to Norman High last year. What's it going to take this year to get over that step and get back on top in this rivalry?
I think we just got to stick to our preparations. I mean, last year, the bombs and rockets went off, and we didn't respond well. There's some controversial play calling, but, you know, we didn't execute what we needed to do. But this year, we've had great practices this week and the whole year, and team connection is great.
That's Norman North tight end Ben Kolar as we get ready for the Crosstown Clash Game of the Week, Metro Ford of OKC. Game of the Week right here at Norman North High School.
Let's talk about players to watch this weekend, and I'm going to start off with Piedmont running back Noxton Rollo, who was a bruising runner over the weekend as he scored 4 touchdowns in Piedmont's win over Midwest City. He's going to be the key to keep Piedmont's ground game being lethal against El Reno on Friday night. Connor, how about Noah Holzer?
Noah Holzer, man, over 100 tackles last year for the Tigers. Yes, they lost Bear Boyd to graduation last year, but Noah Holzer, man, he runs things in the middle of that defense. He's a great leader, and like we mentioned, over 100 tackles. He's everywhere on the football field, and he's a big reason why that Tigers defense is going to be solid again.
If Edmond Santa Fe is going to rebound from its opening weekend loss, it'll be thanks to these 2 guys on defense, corners Trey Robinson and Kyron Hardwick. Robinson had an interception in last week's game against Jinx, and Kyron Hardwick led the team with 12 tackles. So that corner tandem could be the reason that Edmond Santa Fe knocks off Edmond North and gets its first win of the 2025 season. Well, Connor, this one's been fun. How about this brand new stadium, man? I can't wait for the Crosstown Clash come Friday night.
No, it's awesome, man. Both the teams obviously been sharing Harv Collins, and man, it's just different when you have your own field. And Norman North has it, and it looks beautiful out here. Expecting a great matchup like we've been talking about every time these two teams meet. And yeah, I'm excited for it.
The first time that the Crosstown Clash will be a true home road game. That's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for watching the Metro Ford of OKC pregame show. We'll now get you out to your game here coming up next on KREFSports.tv. Enjoy the games.